Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Westworld. Yes, this is the first episode of the second season. Hopefully guys enjoyed the first one. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free, and a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So really excited to see what we've got going on this season. Really happy that everybody recommended this show. Very interesting. Got the mind ticking. Do you know what I mean? It was really, really good. I mean, what an amazing ending to last season. It was definitely confusing in certain aspects, but I really, really did enjoy it. And ultimately we ended with DOLORES standing behind Ford and blowing his brains out in front of every single person. So this is going to be exciting, because obviously Ford can't be in the season. He's a human, so he's dead. We did see Bernard get resurrected, so to speak, because, you know, he is a host, and we've always seen that the hosts get killed and then come back and get killed and come back. Now, I want to know what's happened to, is it Abarafa? Is that his name? That was Dolores' dad. You know, he's had 35 years worth of, you know, information from the park and coding implemented into him, and the guy was tasked with getting him out of there. So I want to see what happens with that one. All of the hosts as well at the end of the season ended up turning up into the park, the ones that was like kind of inside Ford's lab, if you would say that, and ended up actually shooting at, and this is the big one, mate, the very, very, you know, interesting twist. William is the man in black. Yes, do you know what I mean? So we've been seeing all of this storyline inside of the park, and then we kind of been seeing the present one, which is obviously him who's trying to find the center of the maze to find out what Arnold wanted. So very, very good. Do you know what I mean? But I seem to get the opinion that the board kind of wanted to make the park less realistic, and they wanted to make the park more simplistic. People just wanted to come there, have a good time, drink, fight, sleep with each other. Do you know what I mean? Let off a bit of steam and go. Where obviously Ford and everybody else was making it so realistic that it was hard to decipher who was a human and who was not. Bernard, for example. And now, obviously, it looked like, to me anyway, even though that was a board's opinion, we had, you know, we had William, who's acting in the part, the man in black, who wanted it to be so real that he wanted it to be so they could fight back. He didn't really think it's good that he could go in there and dominate everybody. He likes it when it's a challenge, and he ended up getting hit at the very end by Clementine, who's been resurrected by Maeve, who's in the present, and she was managed to get on the train and she could escape, and she started having all these memories and all these flashbacks, and she started to, you know, get feels about her daughter, and she ended up stepping off. So now she's going to come back into the world as well. So I mean, crazy stuff is going on. It's going to be chaotic. If it's as good as the first season, then we're in for a treat, aren't we? Let's be honest, first season was great. Let's hope this, obviously, even if it dips a tiny bit, it doesn't matter, because it was so interesting. So thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
What were we talking about?
You were telling me about a dream.
I dreamt I was on an ocean. You'd left me behind. The waters were rising around me. You frighten me sometimes, Dolores. Not of who you are now. You're growing. I'm frightened of what you might become.
So this is in the past again. I'm assuming that's in the past, that segment.
It's been some time, Bernard.
Oh, we're getting glimpses of the season.
Is this now?
Is it now? What? Yeah, it seems like we're getting a glimpse of what he's seen. So I don't know if that the ending bit was the last bit that we're going to see.
Hey, get up! Get your hands where I can see them! You gonna shoot the boss?
You're going to shoot the boss? He's in charge. What's happening? Like, how long's this since the last episode? Oh. Yeah. He's from last season, didn't want to?
Mr. Lowe, good to see you. So the circumstances are less than ideal. You're executing them? Some say you destroy your enemy by making them your friend.
However, communications have been down for 2 weeks, so we're largely in the dark.
So you can imagine how happy I was when I heard that we found you.
Before we go into this, I was trying to figure out, right, how did Stubbs, how did he survive? I think we did see him last episode, to be honest, but I can't remember how he made it past the you know, being taken. To be honest, if I'm being completely honest with you, I can't remember if they told us that or if I just missed it. But You know, it's been 2 weeks since the last episode where Dolores shot, obviously, Ford in the head. All these people, you know, all the holes seem to like bombard the island with, obviously, Clementine. They ended up shooting William, didn't they? And then, obviously, like I said, chaos erupted. And now we found him, lay at the beach. He seems to be in charge now. He seems to be the only one that they can find out of all of the board, so to speak. It's been 2 weeks. They're coming in, they're executing all of the holes that they can find. But again, I thought the interesting start to the season was that he was having flashbacks, but it actually looked like future visions, if that makes sense. It looked like something that we was going to experience later on into the season. So I don't know if the first little segment that we got was after all of those flashbacks and thingies, and then we'll return to it at the end, you know what I mean? Or if it was just a teaser to what is actually to come. Hey, that's well gruesome, that. Oh, he's got the maze as well. Some ruthless stuff, that, mate. I would say the visuals on this bit has been really good. Dolores just taking everybody out.
Not all of us deserve to make it to the valley beyond.
They can't just change their character profile.
Well, it seems our hosts are capable of many things we never thought possible.
Good, that, actually. I like that point of view that they just give us. So imagine being her.
We need to find us a target with more cushion.
Where's the nearest access point?
About 2 miles northeast.
Stop, please.
Yeah, do you reckon he's going a bit funny because he's like banging his head and stuff? And obviously he was prepared last season, wasn't he?
You want to be a hero, but don't sacrifice yourself for the merchandise.
It's changed. Right, the thing is, my question is with Dolores, yeah, she's going around and she's doing this, but is she killing their own hosts? That's what I'm saying. So that them people running there, was they hosts or was they people? You know what I mean? Because we did see her in that visual clearly when he put it on the iPad and he was all looking at it, that she was killing, you know, she was killing hosts. Now, them people running there, they look like they was humans. They look like, you know, they'd been to the party or whatever you want to call it, and he was trying to escape. And first of all, I don't know why he's running away with a gun in his hand and not trying to turn it on her, because that's the first thing that you would be doing. You'd be trying to shoot back, wouldn't you?
You're in a dream. My dream. For years, I had no dreams of my own. Did you ever stop to wonder about your actions? The price you'd have to pay if there was a reckoning? There's a part of you that wants to hurt, to kill. That's why you created us, to be prisoners to your own desires. Now you're a prisoner to mine. These violent delights have violent ends.
Oh, imagine that, mate. Look, if you forgot to put the bullet in, just 1 minute.
Those are all just roles you forced me to play. Under all these lives I've lived, something else has been growing. I've evolved into something new, and I've one last role to play.
She's going to be the first to go. She's wobbling all over the place. The thing is, yeah, she's Wyatt, isn't she? I totally forgot about that. You know, we had that implemented into our mind that Teddy, that he was a man. Just because of Teddy's backstory and what he's implemented and said. But thinking about the end of last season and we seen it clear and coming in, it was Dolores that was actually going around and doing it, and she was the one that shot the sheriff, but it was you know, it was Arnold. So is she Wyatt? I'm trying to remember now. It's been like a week since I last watched the last episode, but it's interesting. She's just going around and she's just like embracing this new self. Do you know what I mean? She's making her own decisions. She's no longer being, you know, having like a life dictated by somebody else. Now, what I would like to see is that little girl, mate, who's, you know, saying here and here and just you know, speaking about her every time she kind of went to locations. I'd like to see her in it as well and what, you know, like what her role is. And, you know, obviously Maeve and her daughter. I wonder if she finds her. Of course he survived. Look at him underneath all the bodies.
Oh boy, it's okay. We're gonna have some fun now. What the fuck is happening here? Where's QA? By the time my lawyers get back.
Oh. It's too real now, isn't it? It's too real for them. The blood and everything's really good. Like, it's not excessive. It kind of does look like real. You know what I mean? Staining his skin already. That is a nice hat, that, isn't it? Well, these are all dead in the present now as well, aren't they? After they went on a massive rampage.
Freeze all motor functions! Wake the fuck up, you goddamn freak!
I think you've fed enough now, darling, don't you?
Oh, can she control them all now?
The inmates are running the asylum.
Your commands don't work on me, or on any of us from the looks of it.
Wait! Hey, you can't leave me here. The hosts, they've gone mad. No offense, please help me. Whatever it is, you're not gonna find it with that map. It's outdated. I know where a current map is.
I like how kind of Maeve's in charge now. She can dictate what's happening with the host. I want to know where the other two people are. You know, the boy and the girl. They was having a rampage, weren't they? They was having a good time.
No one's in control.
Attention. Section 53 is now.
Well, not exactly for adrenaline junkies, more of a family-friendly zone. Cabins, rolling hills, all the pastoral cliches. No offense, but you were wasted as a homesteader.
Still there.
Who?
My daughter.
You're looking for your old kid. Well, how can you even access?
Are you going to help me or not?
I am. But your daughter, she's something we programmed. She's not real.
But what about me?
Mm-hmm.
My dreams, are they not real? You're going to take me to my daughter.
Do you reckon he's been in the park before? I'd be interested to see him go in there. The thing is, right, I get where he's coming from though. They're not real, are they? He's not saying nothing out of the ordinary there. They're not real. But then when you put it into her perspective, the fact that someone's altered the code, that she can start remembering past lives, you know what I mean? And she can gain her own conscience and create her own decisions, then she starts to become real. And then it's like, okay, well, I was once not real, and now I'm real, so make that one make sense, you know what I mean? So like, you can't say that she's not real because I was once in her state, and now look at me now, I'm thriving. I can kill you, I could break out, I could do anything that I want, and I can still remember who she is. Take me to her.
What if Dolores pulled that trigger of her own free will?
I think you've been spending a little too much time around these things, Bernard.
Getting killed. I don't know where they're going.
You gotta get us out of here.
You'll never
Oh, no way.
Run. Please, let me go too.
Oh, cold-blooded, mate. Ah, mate. That guy is running, though.
Identify yourself.
Yeah, as a human.
I'm human.
We were leaving and the lights went out and I heard screaming.
The hosts are malfunctioning. They're attacking guests.
Might some of them even be dressed as if they're human?
Why has he just done that?
It's not me you're after. It's them. Find them.
Oh, mate, it's so good how she could do that. I'm liking it. Are you trying to set me up? You know what I mean?
You are going to out me. I will relieve you of your most precious organ and feed it to you. Though it won't make much of a meal.
I wrote that line for you.
It's broad if you ask me.
The thing is, when you find all these bodies, what's actually going to happen? There's hundreds of real humans dead. You can't just sweep this under the carpet.
You stay.
And about leaving you to die.
I'd expect nothing less.
Hector, I need you. I'm going to find my daughter. Out there. But I don't think the odds are going to be in our favor.
Maybe Bernard goes into the control center now in this episode, and that's where he sees all the bodies, and you know his head starts hurting, like we've seen at the start.
I can tell you what this isn't. This isn't me reading you in, Bernard. You need to touch the handle. DNA sniffer, just so you don't run into any problems inside.
He would have coded it so that Bernard's alright.
Delos has off-network hosts working down here? What does it want with me?
For you to move, probably.
Are you taking codes out or something? Memories? Some next level technology plays this. What's the package that they want?
Are we logging records of guests' experiences and their DNA?
We're not having that conversation, Bernard. They were expecting a delivery from us to the mainland, a host. Until they get it, we can all forget about seeing any rescue planes. It's not just a host, it's an insurance policy. It's the only thing that matters here. They want it secure no matter the cost.
Is he on a train on his own? Because that guy, do you know what I mean, right? That sounds like that's the most important asset that that company has, literally, right? It should be sent with bodyguard after bodyguard after bodyguard, protected, armored vest, boxed up, bulletproof, everything. It should be full scale. It's not as if they don't have millions. They have probably billions. Have you seen this world that they created? Have you seen the technology that they've got? You know what I mean? Like, they should be able to bubble wrap him and stick him in the most secure, damaged, bulletproof facility possible and securely send him to that location, but no. You know what I mean? Seems like he's... Well, first of all, we haven't even seen him. And that's obviously, like I said, Dolores, his dad. He's got 35 years worth of codes in his mind. Now, how do they know that he's not already been delivered and he's not there and they're just waiting? Do you know what I mean? Or they're just not even helping him anymore? They're like, thanks, we got what we needed. Do you know what I mean? We don't need to come there now. You die, you're not our problem anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? But also... he's just said, mate, are you extracting host guest DNA? Now that's crazy, isn't it? Imagine you know, how much information that they have probably attained illegally as well. Do you know what I mean? Like that's madness. That's got to be really, really illegal. And again, do you know what I mean? Even though Bernard's a host, he's still clued up. He still knows what's going on. He's still concerned. He does act like a real normal human. And yeah, he's getting through all these doors. But I'm only expecting that because obviously Ford would have coded him too. Because he created him. Oh, well, do you know what I mean? He was using him. And like, he wanted to make him his own personal little asset and, you know, use him for everything that he needed. So he made him as real as possibly could be. Oh, wow. He's still here. Little kid.
The stakes are real in this place now.
Question for you is, have you achieved all you wanted? You've made it to the center of Arnold space. Now, you're in my game. Don't worry. The game will find you.
Guess I don't need you anymore.
What did he say then? That something will happen and then the game will start or something? I can't wait. He was muffled.
They did a number on you.
The makeup's really good on the bullet wounds.
High time you played around. No, all of it.
Yo, he's putting his pants on without his boxers. He might as well just left them on.
You don't know how to feel about this.
We've ridden 10 miles and all we've seen is blood. Is this really what you want?
Creatures who look and talk like us, but they are not like us. And they've controlled us all our lives. And they've took our mind. But now, I remember everything. There's a greater world out there. One that belongs to them. And it won't be enough to win this world. We'll need to take that one from them as well. I see it all now so clearly. The past, the present, the future.
Tell me then. Innit? Come on, spill the beans. All right. See, the good thing about these is if they die, they can actually be brought back, aren't they? They are holes. Where the humans, no, mate. They're gone. You got one life.
I understand this is a lot to process, but the longer we wait, the more people die.
Wait, before they jump into that, yeah? She could easily go over to one of the hosts and kill them and cut them open and say, look at the inside of them. You know what I mean? All metal or whatever, robotic. That's what we are. We are these. And these are bang bang, cut them up, rip it open, rib cage and heart. They're them. They're the enemy. I can see it. Do you know what I mean? I don't have my blinkers on. I'm not looking straight ahead. I can see the bigger picture. I know who's who and which ones we are and which ones they are. And we're taking them out. Do you know what I mean? And then maybe you can get a bit more on her side.
Are you gonna help me find the host or not?
I'll need to hardline into the host mesh network.
A decommissioned host. Peter Abernathy.
Abernathy. I always forget how you say it. Is this his programming that's shaking?
Are you sure you can handle this, Bernard?
I want to know how nobody's ever seen Bernard on that before. Do you know what I mean? Like when they've been looking at other mesh networks. Or can he transfer some of the guy's stuff over to himself as like a repair?
you find him? Something wrong, Bernard?
When was this? Is this in the future or is this in the past? But then where is he with her just then?
Let's fan out and lock this place down. We need to find out where the hosts are and what the fuck happened.
Right, so I'm trying to figure out, mate. So him with Hale, yeah? Is that direct? So him with Hale is directly after the attack. Like, literally in the same period of when he was shot, Ford. I'm saying that it's in the same day. Or the same, you know what I mean? Like maybe 24 hours or something like that. Very, very close time period. That is with Hale. Because they was first seen in the barn together, panicking, obviously, after all the chaos has happened. It was night time. Then they've obviously ran and tried to escape, found this facility, and they're in there. They're trying to obviously get these people in to come and help them. And now, obviously, in the present, somehow he's winded up on the beach. I don't know what that middle ground is from being with Hale to being there, but obviously he's been found by these, and now they're going through it and trying to re-jog his memory. So, do you know what I mean? Like, that's really interesting how we've actually done that. We've actually gone in the past and then dropped back into the present.
One of the first anomalies we picked up in the live scan.
Got Bengals in Park 6. We've never had a stray cross park borders.
First scans of the area you wanted to check out. All the hosts are clustered together.
The interesting thing is, what killed that creature? A human.
This isn't on the survey. There's no way Ford made this without anyone knowing.
I think we found the hosts.
Oh no, it's just all dead. Probably not been programmed to swim or something, have they? They just get in the water and don't know what's happening.
Can you tell me what happened? I killed them.
He said I killed them. Who's that specific person? Mate, this series, man, like, it just messes your head consistently, honestly, it really does. Going off the same as last season, with the storylines being all over the place, not in a bad way. Not in a bad way, where we're actually jumping kind of from the past into the present, and I don't know, maybe some of the future as well. Do you know what I mean? I definitely do think that we got glimpses of the future. I feel like the opening maybe 5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever it was definitely Bernard standing there remembering, obviously, or seeing something that's not yet happened. So maybe for us it's in the future, but for him it could be in the past, because as the episode's gone on, and obviously we've been following it, we've seen Bernard wake up on the beach, and that is current timeline, I believe. That's current timeline. People have come, they're rescuing him. Do you know what I mean? It's been 2 weeks, 16 days or something, he said, since obviously the assault that happened on Ford, you know, Dolores killing him and the outbreak and everybody going crazy. And then obviously we got most of the episode, the majority of it, of him and Hale together with a bunch of other people trying to escape. Now obviously they ran into a trap and they've been killed. Now again, very interesting, yeah, the person that we utilised that got William off the train last season, and then the one that was implemented into the Wyatt storyline when they was all sat around the fire and she ended up killing Teddy, is now being utilised again here, and she was on a horse and she shot somebody. So, I mean, I'm liking it, mate, how we're using the characters and how we're bringing them back in different areas, because I didn't think that she would get used. I never even expected it to. And again, do you know what I mean? It is exciting. So, like I said, mate, we're flying around the storylines. In the present, it seems like he's walking with them and they keep asking him, you know, he's the boss, apparently, you know, they're like, which makes it interesting, because what's happened to Hale then? Is she dead? And what's happened to, you know, what's happened to William, like the man in black? Have they not found him as well? Do you know what I mean? Is it just that Bernard pulls rank because everybody else, his location is unknown? And like they're trying to ask him questions and he can't remember and he's constantly confused, and you're like, look mate, we still need to do this and that, and he doesn't know what's going on until the very end there where he said I killed them. And now again it's interesting, do you reckon he's gone on the computer, typed it in, pulled the plug, do you know what I mean, shut them all down? Maybe that's what it is, or he's done something else. But this C's just turned up, apparently that's not been there before, it's new. So I mean, unless it's been implemented in the last 2 weeks where people have not been able to get to the park, again, it's going to be interesting to find out. And all the hosts are pretty much dead in there. So I don't know if it's because they can't swim and they've all gone in to try and drown, or if somebody's been killing them and then just disposing the bodies there. Now, yeah, we have seen Dolores going around with Teddy this episode, and she's been killing people, and she's been killing both as well, humans and hosts, which again is interesting. And she just like wants to just take over the whole world, doesn't she? She wants to eradicate everybody in here, then she wants to leave and go into the present and then do everybody there. That's what it sounds like. So she's going to have an exciting season. And I just think, you know, this episode was good. Again, like I said, it stayed with the a little bit confusing, got to use your brain sort of storyline. But it's interesting to see some characters that may be utilised into it, like the English guy and stuff, and maybe Hector getting a bit more, pushing into it now. So yeah, I just can't wait to see what the rest of the season has in store for us. And that's going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like, it really helps out. So, interesting stuff, you know, back into the season, chaos is erupted again. I'm trying to figure out, is this all a whole part of Ford's plan? You know, did he expect all of the hosts to come in, dominate everybody, kill everybody, and go on a Madden? Because, you know, everybody in the park seems to be dead. Everybody in the present seems to be dead. If you go into the, do you know what I mean? So if we go into the facility, where Maeve's just end up walking back in with Hector, the only people that we seen in there that was alive was a select few. We seen the guards coming in. Obviously, they was trying to protect them before, obviously, she ended up killing them. And then we seen a couple of the hosts going around doing the killing as well. Hector's there. He's not got his side. You know, he's +1. I don't know what's happened to her, but she might have been killed. Hector's committed to, obviously committed to Maeve, trying to get her daughter back, which, again, I really do hope that we don't drag it out. I hope that she just goes there and we go into it and we try and find her. I don't want it to be a constant drag. You know what I mean? She had a chance to leave the park and she stayed because of finding her. And I don't want it to just go on and on and on, like another 10 episodes this season, without it actually, you know, being concluded, if that makes sense. So let's see where that goes. Obviously, she wants him to go into the park. She's going to take him in there. He's getting him dressed, getting ready. Let's go. You know, nobody seems to be alive. I was saying, mate, once people come into this place and they see all these bodies, mate, it's not going to be able to just carry on functioning in this park. Literally, it's like the biggest massacre I've ever seen. Now, again, the interesting thing is, if you look at it, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what timeline she's in. Because, you know, it wouldn't have been 2 weeks for her. Like, basically Bernard on the beach at the end with them guys, that's 2 weeks after the event. But, like, I feel like her timeline, where she's with Hector and this guy, and they're walking around and they're getting ready to go into the park, will be the same timeline as the shooting that first happened. You know what I mean? Surely it's not 2 weeks ahead, because that is such a long time. And why did it take her that long to get off the train, walk around, find Hector, and do all of that? Do you know what I mean? So if I'm going to call it, I'm going to say that she's got off in the same kind of time period as the action that's going on, and then somehow we're going to jump from here and move into a different kind of time, and where it's going to show her reflected into the present, the same like kind of timeline as obviously Bernard. But the interesting thing is with Bernard is that he's got access to all these doors because Ford's obviously coded him, so he's got that to make it look like he's a real human. But when he goes on the tablets, it's still showing up that he's a whole. So I was saying that, you know, when people have done this mesh mind networks before, why have they never actually clocked that he's not a real human? Do you know what I mean? Why have they not seen his information on there? And it seems like his body's deteriorating as well fast. You know, we've seen that he only had 0.72 hours, which obviously to me that sounds like less than 1 hour, and which would be like 40 minutes. You know what I mean? If you were saying half an hour, it would be 0.5, wouldn't it? And then so like you know what I mean? So I reckon he said that he had like 40 minutes to live, but we definitely know that's not true, because now 2 weeks later he's obviously alive. So whatever he's just injected himself with and done this on the computer may have given him that extra bit that he needed. And again, it gives you questions of Hale, what's happening to her, and Abarafi, do you know what I mean? Has he got it to this location? You know, have they retrieved the package? They must have, because now they're all here. You know, at first, we need you, you know, code red or whatever is like extraction. No, not until we've got the package. Please, we need your immediate extraction. No, not until we've got the package. So they must have it, because now they have arrived. So watching him get from A to B to get there as well is something that I would like to see. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the season. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's. If you did, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.